What's wild about all of this is that I was just about to go work out. And now I gotta talk about something that just didn't work out. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all fans of relations, I am Beast, my front row passenger on the two-witch train, and I know last night was painful. Last night was another embarrassing loss, and just breaking 5 minutes ago, as of this recording, it is finally time to say that Chris Grier is no longer the general manager of the Miami Dolphins. And it's something that a lot of fans have wanted for months, years even, because it just hasn't gone anywhere. I understood that. And I was one of the people that didn't want it because at least not at the end of last year, because I wanted it to be a complete clean slate after this year if things didn't work out. Like, obviously, they're not going to, at least for this season. A clean slate where McDaniel gone, Grier gone, and now you're drafting your next QB of the future, because if it didn't work out, obviously either Tua underperformed or got hurt. Tua's clearly doing the former in some games. In others, he's played well. See Falcons game. He didn't play well in 3 of the 7 losses now, especially, I should say. This Chris Grier tenure, I would say, really 2016 when he took the power, and it just has been stagnant, to be honest. And it's a shame, because we saw it start well with the general managership of Adam Gase and how that team made the playoffs with a 9-10 run. And we saw that get stagnant. And then we saw the Brian Flores tenure become murky, to say the least. First year, good. Second year, not as good, but at least kind of stable. And yet the drama with him and Tua, obviously, we know it just didn't work out. And now McDaniel, where years 1 and 2 worked out really well. Year 3, obviously, Tua's injury helped with the destruction, and then obviously this year, it's just not here. And I understand the outrage of why did he get allowed back. I just think that it should have been complete slate, wipe it clean. I say wipe it clean because new GM, I think, should have the luxury of choosing whether McDaniel should stay or go, and then choosing whether to decide about Tua, either to build around him or to build after him. And I'm still saying that should be the case this time, is whoever the new general manager is, build either with him completely, Tua, or build without him and build after him and do away with him after the 26th season when the contract has no guaranteed money left in it. I think that's the only two things. That's like the next thing that needs to happen is, okay, whoever the new GM decide on McDaniel. There's no point in firing him now, to be honest. This season's already dead, and if they're not going to go anywhere with a new head coach, what are we doing? Like, you might as well play this out. And how bad is his record going to be? You're going to get a top 5 pick more than likely and end up with a high-level QB of the future, ideally. Whether it's Mendoza, Sellers, Moore, or whomever it may be. Maybe you wait till round 2 and get John Mateer. I don't want Carson Beck. Don't do that. But Mateer in round 2 works. Even Aller as a grab and stash for a year, I would still be okay with that, because I think Drew, with better decision-making, can be a productive QB. The point of it being, I think, it's had to happen. Like, something had to happen after what happened last night. And apparently Stephen Ross didn't even stay for the full game. And a lot of fans didn't either. Understood. So it's needed to be done. As for the next general manager of this team, there are several organizations I'm looking for. But the thing I'm looking for the most is stability. Stability and proven success in front offices. I think that's the thing I would want to see the most from the next general manager. Whether it's from any of the following organizations. The one we played last night, Baltimore. I love their roster construction. I love how they've built their team as physical, as tough, as imposing. We saw all that last night. I love that. The Niners are built in a similar vein, even though obviously McDaniel coming from San Francisco, that may be scarring, but the Niners have done it well. Having Voltron as an offense will do wonders, and as a defense to a lesser extent. Pittsburgh's had sustained stability, even though they've been annoyingly mediocre for the last decade or so, they've at least had sustained stability in the Tomlin era. Somebody from that front office works. Ideally, somebody from the Eagles front office, for obvious reasons. Detroit has sustained stability over the last few years. Buffalo sustained stability over the last few years. I'm thinking of these organizations, Kansas City especially, over the last few years. The point is, somebody from a stable organization that knows what winning looks like, that knows what a great roster looks like, that knows how cohesion works, and how this can be a better situation. And you can use the natural resources of Miami to attract a better situation going forward. I'm only going to any of those organizations. I'm not going to, if I didn't name the organization in question, I'm probably not really in pursuit. Green Bay, maybe, but I guess that's having generational quarterbacks will cover up a lot of things. Maybe the Packers in play as well. But I'm only going to those organizations simply because they know what stability and success looks like over a long period of time. They didn't go to the express line like the Rams did, for example, or the Bengals did, for example, or find a lottery ticket like Cincinnati, I should say, did, for example. I'm looking for stability. That's one thing we just have not had. And when we've had it, it's been squandered. It's a shame that it's said that 70% of lottery winners go broke after 3 years, right? And Chris Grier had a lottery ticket after the Laramie Tunsil trade, and unfortunately, we've gone broke and have got to rebuild. And now we have to figure out what to do next. If you're listening closely, outside of my window, there are winds happening at an alarming rate, and hopefully those in Jamaica and in Cuba and in that area of the world are doing okay after the hurricanes, Hurricane Melissa. And it feels like the winds of change are also blowing in South Florida. Good luck with your next job, Chris Grier. And as for the Dolphins GM search, I hope it's a fruitful one. All aboard. Whoop, whoop. Fins up.